Hey there, and welcome to today's vlog on the Wellness Project. So today's vlog is actually a little yoga sequence for you that's designed to help you ease that discomfort and that bloating and all of that full belly kind of feeling that you get on Christmas Day. Now, I'm not sure about your family, but I come from a Middle Eastern background, and eating a small portion on Christmas Day is kind of not allowed. No matter how much I'm trying to be mindful of what I eat, there's a ridiculous amount of food piled onto my plate. Now add to that my husband's family is Chilean, and on Christmas Eve, which is tonight, we have a huge dinner that goes till about midnight. And this year, instead of the parents cooking, we're actually cooking as well. So we have gone above and beyond in terms of the amount of food that we're creating. So it's a whole lot of fun. Eating is fun, and I love food, and I love sharing with people I love. But I have to admit that I get quite bloated and uncomfortable very easily, and my history of IBS kind of leaves me feeling a little bit uncomfortable if I push it too far. So you've got two choices. Either be mindful and hold back on what you eat a little bit if you can, which is great, and I'll be doing my best to do that. But either way, the truth of the matter is that you probably end up a little bit bloated and a little bit stuffed. So the second option is to do some yoga poses at the end of your meal, or maybe a couple of hours after, when you're feeling a little bit more like you could limber up and move. And this little sequence that I'm going to show you now is so easy. You don't need to actually stand up at all. It's all going to be laying down or in seated positions. And the only thing that you might actually need, as you can see here, I've got a bolster and a block. If you don't have a bolster, just get a collection of pillows, maybe a thick book or something that you could sit on that's kind of like a little foam block. So that's about it. So this sequence is all about creating space in the digestive system. It's all about relieving any tension or bloating or gas, and just helping you actually start to feel a little bit more comfortable in your body. So I'm going to get into it now. It's super quick, and I'm going to talk you through it whilst I'm doing it as well. So we're going to start by lying down onto our back. So get yourself nice and comfortable. You can start here by just lying onto your back with your knees bent and your hands resting on your belly. Take a few deep inhales and a few exhales. Take a few deep inhales and exhale. So just repeat this a few times, breathing into the belly, feeling the belly expand, and then breathing into the chest and the rib cage. And then taking your time to breathe out slowly, feeling everything release and contract within the body. So you can stay here for a good few minutes if it feels okay, just focusing on the breath. Or even if you just stay here for 30 seconds, that's okay too. Then from here, just bend your knees and bring your knees up towards your chest. So nothing too intense here, just a light hold. You can start to gently rock the hips and the pelvis left to right. And maybe starting to gently squeeze the knees in towards the chest and then away, nice and slowly here. This posture is often referred to as the wind relieving pose, so you can imagine that this might actually help to clear out anything that wants to be leaving your digestive system. And just rocking like this just a few times, this might feel really good for you. And then you can just take your arms out either side of you and start to just intensify that rocking action by taking your knees over to one side, touch the floor, and then over to the other. So again, keep this movement slow. There's no need to rush this pose. You don't want to be injuring yourself or hurting yourself in any way, especially if yoga is not something that you do on a regular basis. Remember, the aim here is just to release some of that tension that's built up in the digestive system. So when you've done that and you're feeling comfortable to move on, take your hands back by the side of the body. Place the feet flat on the floor in line with your hips and your knees. And then as you inhale, slowly rolling your buttocks and hips off the floor, stretching through the belly, so feeling the digestive system stretch. And then exhale, slowly rolling back down. So we're not looking for a deep back bend in this pose, we're actually just looking to stay contained and strong. So lots of integrity through the legs. And just focusing on stretching out through the belly. So try not to clench through the buttocks here. You want to keep the lower back relaxed. And as you inhale, come up, stretch the belly. And exhale, lower back down. So again, you can repeat that as many times as it feels good. And then when you're ready, just crossing your ankles in a light rock, just to bring you up. So slide yourself down your mat, fling yourself around onto your hands and knees. Hands come directly underneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. So just coming into our cat-cow motion from here. So as you inhale, you're opening and stretching the belly to the earth, arching the spine, gently gazing forward or up. Then as you exhale, you're rounding the spine, lengthening the tailbone away, pull the navel in, drop the forehead. Inhale to come up. And exhale to come down. So you can keep moving in whatever pattern or rhythm feels good for you. You can even start to include open-mouthed exhales, so breathing in through the nose on the upward movement, then opening the mouth to exhale on the downward movement. So stay with this as long as you like, and you can even start to include some gentle figure of eight shapes. So you're gently creating a figure of eight, starting from the hips and the pelvis, and then snaking the shape upwards through the spine, incorporating the head and the neck. So that can be a nice release through the spine, the shoulders, the hips, and through the belly. So when you're ready to move on from here, bringing your knees together and just folding over into a child's pose. So belly lays over the thighs, arms forward, and resting the forehead down. So just stay there as long as you need a little rest. And then coming up, just sitting onto your heels, just coming into a few gentle stretches from here. So firstly, clasping your fingers together and pressing your palms away from you. As you inhale, just draw the navel in, round the spine. And exhale, stretching all the way up towards the ceiling. And feel as if you're lifting the side of the waist. So we're looking to lengthen all through the side waist and through the center of the belly. So as you inhale, rounding the spine, chin to the chest, suck the belly back to the spine. And as you exhale, release the belly, open the chest, stretching upwards. Inhale. And exhale, stretching up. So that's a really nice action. So from here, just stay with the arms up and just clasp the hands, point the fingers upwards. So a slightly different action here. Lengthen the tailbone away from you. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just bend over towards the left side. Keeping the hips as square as you can. Just feeling a nice stretch through the right side waist. So you can alternate with each exhale over towards the opposite side. So just releasing and opening through the belly. So what we're actually doing here is opening all the different passageways through our digestive system, helping it to release any built up of food or tension or gas, and just to create some more space here. So when you've finished that action, just let your hands rest down for a moment. You're going to open your arms out wide. Then as you inhale, gently twist to the right, touching your right shoulder, fingertips to the ground, or you can use a prop underneath your hand. And then alternating to the other side, just a really gentle stretch. So coming to either side, just letting your hand rest onto the opposite shoulder. You can also let that hand come to the outside of the knee for a deeper stretch. We're just looking to gently open and release, creating space in the digestive system. Just do a few more rounds. And when you're ready, as you exhale, come back to the center. This time open your knees out as wide as the mat and just stretching forward. Okay, so we're now going to come into our final posture. Now this posture is where you're going to need to use a prop like a bolster or a block. Now you don't need to use actual yoga props today. You can use a couple of pillows to line up behind you. So you just basically need something that's going to be nice and long to support your spine. So we're going to have this laying down along our mat, lengthways. You're going to have either a block or a book just in front of that. So this is especially for you if this pose is completely new and you're not sure if you're able to come into this pose without actually causing any pain. So you're going to sit yourself either side of that block. So taking your knees either side, and your ankles pretty much come in line with that block or that prop. And taking your thumbs and just gently slide your calves away. So you're sitting down on the block or the prop in between your heels. Now a more advanced version of this posture is to actually not have a prop and to be sitting onto the ground between those ankles and heels. But this is quite strong on the knees, and we're actually just looking mostly for the benefit of stretching the belly today. So taking that block underneath, making sure that you're sat on it evenly, and your calves are out so you've got space underneath the knees, and that your hips are in line with the kneecaps. So we're trying to avoid having the knees splay out to the side. So from here, just make sure your tailbone's lengthening away. You can take your hands to the floor or even use your heels here to support you. Just laying yourself slowly down onto your support. So as you can see here, as you lie down, there's a really definite stretch through the belly. So all through the intestinal tract and through the stomach area, we're releasing and opening. So this is your final posture. I would advise you staying here for as long as is comfortable for you. So you want to feel like it's not hurting anywhere through the knees or even through the ankles. You also get a beautiful stretch and opening through the chest. Just staying here for as long as is comfortable. Then when you're ready to exit this pose, just coming out the way that you came in. So resting your hands onto your heels or your feet or even onto the floor. And just pressing down, chin to the chest, and then start to slowly lift yourself up. You're going to need to take the block out, come into an easy cross-leg position, and just take a moment there to realign through the spine, and then to come to a complete rest. Take the bolster underneath your knees and lying down for your final relaxation. So you can stay here as long as you need as well. Coming back to that belly breathing and focusing on cleansing the body and creating space through the digestive system. Then when you're ready to finally exit this pose, just bring your knees up towards your chest, gently rolling over and coming up into your final seat. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. That was a really quick and easy sequence that you can do. So you don't have to actually do it in the sequence that I've created, but maybe some of those postures might feel really good to you. I know that a lot of those seated spinal twists as well, you can do while you're standing up. So you might actually just be standing and thinking, oh God, I just need to release through my digestive system, and give yourself a little bit of a twist. So that's it. I just wanted to give you something to help you through the amazing experience of eating your way through Christmas. Huge, huge love bomb to you, and hope you have the most beautiful Christmas with your family and your friends, and of course a happy new year, which is just around the corner as well. So much love to you. Bye.